We're here today to talk about a story that we've got called Business Reimagined, which is essentially, we've got a theory that the way we work today actually isn't working. So the way we communicate, collaborate, we are, as human beings, we're constrained by our past experience. We tend to do the same things we've always done, and yet the opportunity for technology is far greater. So we're trying to help open people's eyes to see what's possible, and then also look at the cultural, the people kind of issues around that. So there's a few key themes that actually, as part of that Business Reimagined, become really important to understand. Number one is this thing about flexible working. Now, we've been doing flexible working for years, right? But that's normally done on the basis of, maybe I've got childcare issues, I want to work from home every Monday. Actually, this is changing around and seeing that actually, for employees to be able to think about where's the best place for me to work at any given point in my day. Is it home? Is it the office? Is it a shared space like a library? Or maybe my customers or partners or suppliers? And then being empowered to make that choice. It's like an organisational strategic objective rather than something that's done on the individual. Couple that with a really different way of collaboration. Many people now are collaborating incredibly differently, using things like social media, and not just kids and not just geeks, but actually normal human beings using things like Twitter and Facebook to make a difference in how they collaborate. Taking the principles of how that communication works and again bringing that inside the organisation. It changes what you can do. And we think that if you understand the potential, there's a bunch of stuff that you do today that you don't need to do anymore, or there's things that you could never do before that are now possible. So it's really trying to see how do you leverage those two things to make that difference. So the potential of working in this way absolutely gets lit up. If you've got the right kind of network infrastructure in your country and make that available, then the potential becomes huge. A number of things happen, both on a sort of a local scale, but also on a global scale. So on a local scale, how many people today are commuting in from, the valleys into Swansea or Cardiff and doing, stupid commutes to be at the same place, same date and time, 9 to 5 every day? Well, actually, if you've got the kind of infrastructure that is being rolled out now, you don't have to do that. I mean, I live 100 miles away from my office. I go to my office maybe once or twice a week. The rest of the time I'm with customers, I'm maybe doing events like this, I'm in a library. So on a local level, that kind of infrastructure enables you that flexibility to work, and then obviously you've got the communication tools that make it all happen. But then equally on a global stage, it means that actually one of the biggest challenges that, for example, Wales has, which is the rural nature of how it's sort of laid out, also then becomes an opportunity, becomes a great, think about all of the creative industries that you could start up just from, the back end by having the right kind of infrastructure and take to a global stage. So these are the things that become possible. It's having the mindset but the infrastructure to make it possible. I think Wales is in a great position for that. The reason Microsoft's so engaged in this kind of conversation is our job, our duty of care, if you like, in the industry is to make sure that we don't just create a world of computer scientists, but we make sure that every single member of our society is empowered to make a positive difference to their lives with technology. So whether you're a shop assistant, an architect, a nurse, a school kid, doesn't matter. Technology has something that can really change your potential, change the opportunity that you face in your life. And that's really why we're involved in conversations like this event here today, but also with Business Reimagined.